Okay, I have the back two windows open, so if you hear traffic, that's why. Okay, hi bitches. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's just get into it. I have my little list here with everything I need to discuss. Today was the women's all-around final at the Olympics, and I have literally been on cloud nine since 11 a.m. It was like cloudy today too, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do for the rest of the day? Like, I've hit peak dopamine levels for the day at 11 a.m. Like, that was incredible. Okay, anyways, I just have to shout out the girls, because you guys know I'm the biggest women's gymnastics fan. I have seen every single international, the ones that the U.S. have competed in, international competition, like worlds and Olympic trials, Olympics, nationals. I have seen basically every U.S. elite competition dating back to like 84 even. Like, I have seen everything. So I cannot believe that we won. Well, I can't believe it because we're the best, but you know what I mean. Okay, so let's talk about, and I kind of wanted to touch on some things that I talked about. If you guys didn't know, I was in a podcast a couple weeks ago. Well, we filmed it quite a while ago, but it just came out. With one of my friends, Abby and Gracie. They have a podcast, and it was so much fun. It was my first time ever being interviewed like that, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I honestly watch podcasts. Like, I watch them online. I don't like to listen to them. I'm very familiar with how it works and stuff, so I was very honored that they asked me, and we had such a great episode. And I loved the topic that we were talking about. We were talking about sexuality and kind of getting comfortable with yourself and, exploring your sexuality and sex, having sex, crazy places I've had sex, whatever. And it was so much fun. Like, I love talking about that stuff. I'm very open. If you do not know, I'm very open. But like I said, it was my first time sitting down, publicly talking about something like that. So I really wanted to come on here in a more personal environment and talk about not the whole production that it was. Because I also was pretty nervous. I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew the questions that they were gonna ask, but I was just nervous, especially when you're. It's something that I've always I've literally have a list of things that I've always wanted to say. If anyone were to for this video, I've had a list of if I was gonna ever talk about this, what am I gonna say? What is my talking points? Yada yada, and I didn't hit everything. So I really wanted to get on here with you, kind of talk more candidly about things. And yeah, I also haven't done this in a little bit. I'm supposed to be doing this every single week, but I'm lazy. I'm really lazy right now. It's really bad. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been having such a good summer, you guys. Holy cow. This has been my favorite summer, one of my favorite summers. I'm having the time of my life. It's so much fun. I am out every single day. I have something to do every single day. Even if it's not with anybody, I will literally make plans by myself, go do stuff. I've met so many people, and even it's kind of weird because I've always said that in LA, you don't always see your friends through the winter. Those friendships, some friend groups I've noticed only get together in the summertime, which is really bizarre. But I don't know what it is, why that is a thing. Maybe because over the winters people have families and they're traveling a lot, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not close with my family really, so I just am me chilling here. So I am always wanting to see people, but yeah, so it feels nice that summer in SoCal is just the best. Southern California has the best weather, the best beach. Like, Laguna Beach is literally like out of a movie. Like, I don't have a TV show actually, but it's like my happy place. Like, I love it so much. Yeah, no, being here, and there's like an energy about it. Like, everyone is just like, let's have so much fun, like no rules. Like, it's just magical. It's so much fun. Okay. So where do I want to start? Should I start? Okay. I'll just talk more about summer stuff. We'll wait until we get into the all sex talk. So, we know, like, okay, so I, in the beginning of summer, said that I call it a slut summer, like a slutty summer. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going around and sleeping with everybody that I can. But, like I said, everyone's really, like, having fun in the summertime. Like, the gays are out in summer. Like, you can freaking smell them, like, a mile away, okay? I mean, literally, they are a mile away from me. And everyone's just, like, into having fun. Like, it's just a great energy. You know how it is. But this whole brat summer thing with Charlie XCX is, like, taking the world by storm. Like, I love how everybody is just onto this whole brat summer thing. And it was funny because last weekend we went out to, first of all, I love going out. Like, I come alive in the nighttime. Like, I love the club. I love going out. I am like an extrovert to the max. I love meeting people, yada, yada. But I haven't been like, we actually went to afters after the club, which I have not done in a while. Another, like, I love to be out. So I love afters. So we like went to like 2 houses, after the club, 2 house parties, whatever. And it was so much fun. And it was just funny because these like straight guys are like, hell yeah, it's brat summer, like Charlie XCX, like her new album. I'm like, what? Like, these straight men are obsessed with Charlie XCX. And it's like the biggest, sorry. This is where my mind goes. I am constantly like looking, like, who is my next boyfriend? Like, who am I gonna date next? And someone hot just walked by. So, yeah, it was just crazy to me that, like, oh my God, straight men are like infiltrating the gay community. I love it. And like, speaking of the gay community, Chaperone, I am obsessed with Chaperone. It kind of was a thing where it consumed me for like 3 weeks, and I still like her album, like back to back, no skips, so good. What's the album? The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, so good. So like, I have not seen someone like, she took the Lady Gaga formula and fucking exploded it. Like, she did exactly what I want to do. I knew what to do. I know the formula, but she just executed it, which, phenomenon to her, great, kudos, but like, I want to be a fucking pop star. Like, that is why I was on this earth. I know, to be a pop star. I am a born pop star. Get me on a karaoke mic, I am fucking pop star mode. But she just beat me to it. The stupid bitch just freaking had a record deal, but love her, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I'm a big Chaperone fan. Also, yeah, I need to go out to WeHo more, because the other day, or a couple weeks ago, we went to Ashley Simpson, which was so fun. And she performed like 3 songs or whatever, but it was like the 20th anniversary of her album. So that was so fun. I was really hoping Jessica was gonna be there, because that would have been like so fun to like see both of them, but she wasn't. That I saw, at least. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's been a really great summer. Like I said, it's been like the best summer ever. Oh, okay. So let me just talk to you guys about like the guys. So also on Saturday night, I did meet someone cute that I was like kind of into. Did not even like pay any mind to him like at all. The first like couple, like the first house that we were at, and then the second house, I was like, oh, hi, what's your name? What is your name? So that was fun, and did not really expect anything. I mean, nothing happened, but we're kind of just like vibing, which was like fun to vibe. But for me, like, I'm not like a dater, so it's hard. I'm trying to be a dater. Like, I always meet people to like hook up. I very rarely like see someone, like meet them in person and then like, actually that's never happened. I don't think this has ever happened to me. Like to meet someone and like each other and then like text and then like, no, that's never ever happened. That's very much the normal way to meet people, but just in the community, that's just not what happens. So I've never like organically met someone and started texting them and like had a thing or whatever. But at Ashley Simpson, I literally went up to somebody and I was like, oh, they are very hot and by themselves. And I went up and tapped him on the shoulder. Literally went like, doo, 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 doo. I was like, hi. And it worked. It was fun. But yeah, we didn't really hang out after that, whatever. But yeah, so those are two guys. I mean, nothing's happening. But I am basically open. Like if someone, this is part of my slutty summer, okay? If someone shows like a slight like glance at me, like of interest, I am like jumping on it. I am all over them. So that's just how I'm working it this summer. I am like shooting my shot to the max and seeing wherever it sticks, which is kind of been sticking. Or not. Some of them I haven't even been like the two of them, only the like bar guy, the one guy from the gay bar is who I actually like tapped on the shoulder and like shot my shot for. The other two kind of came for me, which is nice. Which was also very unexpected. So, okay, let me get to the one that I'm like, okay. So, also, I remember when so I'm like still kind of like in love with my ex, right? I was like stalking him and whatever. We hung out, everything's fine. We hung out again and everything was so normal that it made me feel so much better because the first time we hung out, it was like a mess. Like I was like, who is this person? I don't even recognize him anymore. Like I felt like there was no connection really. And I just felt kind of like, oh, like what is that? But then we hung out again a couple months later and it was so much better. It was like old times. It was like fun. And yeah, it was like, I don't know. We just have like, it was like our good banter that we have, like our good relationship. So that was really fun. But I like need to get over this guy. Like this is like not okay. And that's why I need to like date someone else. I'm basically just throwing spaghetti at the wall and not really, cause I'm not totally, I have very high standards. I will say like, I think like to call someone like your boyfriend or like to be in a relationship with someone is like such the like highest honor. Like, cause I think of that as like equal and I have a huge ego. Like I know that I am like top shit, which I didn't know for a long time until ever since like, I'd say it's been like 9 years. Like everyone just slowly starts like, I never got compliments until I moved out here and it's been the best time because people love me and they're obsessed with me because duh. But now I'm like, oh, like I understand everything. Like I know like what I can get. I know my worth, whatever. Which is anything. I can get everything. Oh my God, did I have that written down? Okay, yeah. So, yes. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, I'm just glancing down, making sure I have things. I'm like, want to make sure I understand everything that's on here. So, I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I have a big ego. Oh yeah, so I think your partner like needs to like be your equal. At least that's just how things, I don't know, that's just how my mind works. Um, so to call someone like my boyfriend is like, whoa. Because I'm like, you're like another version of me. Like, this has to be like we are a duo here. Like, when people look at us, they're gonna see us together. Like, God forbid, you know those people, and it's like, why are they with them? Like, they could do so much better. Like, that is my biggest fucking fear ever. That will never happen to me. Ever, 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 ever. That will never happen to me. Never. I will be alone. I will be alone. I love being by myself. I will be alone before some people start asking, what the fuck is he doing? Because I am not desperate. I will gladly be by myself. And that's just the rule that I have. Which, whatever, I guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, so speaking about being gay, because this is such a gay summer, which is so much fun. I'm going to talk about now the podcast and going more into depth of myself, my personal story. So something that really, I talked about on the podcast, if you haven't listened to the podcast, please check it out. Sorry, I need to plug it. The podcast name is the Rat Girls Podcast, or Rat Girls Podcast, and it's with Abby Jensen and Gracie Majid. I can't remember. Oh my God, shout out Gracie. I had no fucking idea that she was an Olympian. I had no idea. She didn't even talk about it to anybody. No one knew. No one in our friend group knew that she was an Olympian. Abby just told me the other day. I'm like, that is like my dream. Like, I want to go to the Olympics. That was like my child. Like, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Hello. Anyways, she did Winter Olympics. I want to do summer, obviously, gymnastics. So she was one of those people like in a bobsled, like when you like go down like head first, I guess, her and her fiance or boyfriend, I don't remember. But that's what they did. And I don't know if that's how they met, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So when I moved out here, whatever, I was in school, and it was just like obviously like normal college shit. Like everyone's like, all these kids are like super horny, got away from home. People are, and everyone's from like different walks of life. Like everyone knew that I was so sheltered. Like I was so innocent. I still am, but I was even more innocent, and they knew that I was very innocent. What is the other word that I'm looking for? When you just don't, not ignorant. I was just very, yeah, I guess I can say innocent. I don't know. I just I wasn't exposed to a lot. And I think a lot of the other kids, came from bigger cities. They were already, out, or like had experimented with drinking and maybe drugs, and it just wasn't like, I had not done really any of that at all. So I was very sheltered how I grew up, and being thrown into a situation like this, which, it's for every school is the same, I'm sure. It was just kind of fun, because I'm also, like I said, very outgoing, but when I first moved, I was so shy. Like, I did not talk at all. My teachers literally were like, is he okay? Like, I did not speak to anybody. I was so shy. I talked to my friends, and that's it. Like, I did not like meeting people. There was also like I can't even tell you how many years went by where I think like probably like 4 years that went by that I do not remember like meeting people. Like, I would meet someone, I was so like checked out, like it was like lights on but like no one's home. I would meet people, wouldn't remember them. I don't know if it's just me having like a really bad memory, but I was just so not present in like school at all. Meeting people, it's another one, sorry. It was, I don't know what that means. I've never like deep dove that that in my mind, why that was happening to me. But yeah, that was kind of odd that I remember that I was just very zoned out and being, so yeah, I was like that, like really quiet, sheltered, like innocent kid. And I was like slowly exploring myself and like trying these new things. And yeah, like it was a very slow process for me. Like I literally was the last person of my friend group. Everyone was like smoking weed, doing everything. I had not smoked weed until I don't even know how old I was. I was so old, but I literally was like, I'm going on Disney Channel. Like, I do not want this to be out there. Like, I cannot have this out there. I don't want anyone to say. I just want to be able to say I've never done it, yada, yada. There's no footage of me doing it anywhere. I did not want like a Miley Cyrus moment. It was so funny. But yeah, that's like, I was like so to the T about things like that. Okay, but once I started exploring, you know, my sexuality and hooking up with different people, like I said, the Miley Cyrus quote really stuck out to me. And then something that I started getting really like spiritual with myself too. Like I didn't really, like, I think like this is a whole, I don't even want to get into religion, but I really connected with like myself and thinking, you know, the universe is all working for me, that there's a higher power out there, and I just have to keep like manifesting my dreams and working hard at it, and anything is possible. That was just what I kept saying, like there's no limit, like this at all of what I can accomplish, what I want to be. Because also coming from, I think, such a small town to like now I'm like landed in Hollywood where dreams come true, and I want to do everything. And I, you know, wanted to sing, act, dance, and that was something that, I don't know, it was just I just have really big dreams like any normal kid. But yeah, so something that really spoke to me was that, and gave me confidence, was that I would always, my mantra would be like, I am limitless. There's nothing I can do. Nothing that I can't do. And I didn't want to limit, what limitless means to me is that there's nothing that I can't do. And I didn't want to put a limit on anyone that I could love. Because I really, when I was diving into my mentality at that point and spirituality, I was thinking that it really connected. I think that souls are so connected, and like who knows, like I said, because I like really growing up, like there was like a couple girls that I like loved. Like we like had such a great connection. And it was like crushes and like liking each other. Like it was like the whole thing. So I knew that like, okay, like I don't know what that means, because that's how I felt and it wasn't fake at all. So when I was like starting to like guys, I didn't know how to mentally wrap my head around or like how to classify that. And that's when Miley Cyrus talked about being pansexual. So that made sense to me, about like the souls really liking, you know, connecting, and it doesn't matter what's on the outside, man or woman, anything. And yeah, so I remember when I would just tell people I'm limitless. Like I'm not going to put a limit on anything I can do, what's possible for myself, who I can love. And I'm just going to be open to every possibility. Like I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I only like this. I do have standards, but I like being open to things. Like I don't really have a wall up, and yeah, I'm just open to accessing whatever the universe has for me. Which is a great way to be, so I highly recommend you try it. And it's a lot more fun. It's fun when you are just like, okay, who cares? It's something, that's what I love about Southern California, is that everybody here is just like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, it's so just fun. And it's not, to me, sex is, now that I'm like older, when I was younger, it definitely was like me to like experiment and be like, okay, what do I like? Like, it was like a long time, like just like everybody else. It's like you're experimenting, you're wanting to know like what you like and things that turn you on, things that don't. And now it's like one of my girlfriends we were talking about, she has not had sex in like 2 years, which is like, I could not believe that. But it's like, my relationship with sex is that I have sex because I want to. Like, I don't care really. I mean, I do. Like, I take care of business and everything. But I'm saying I want to, like, if I want to have sex, like, I'll go get it. Like, to me, it's not really it's not an emotional connection for me. Like, it's simply the verb. I do my thing, that's it. Because it's just something that I think us as humans need, and whatever. It doesn't need to be deep. Like, it doesn't need to be this big thing, like, oh, I'll only do it like with this person, or if I feel that. It's like, to me, it's just like, I'm walking the park. Like, okay, great. Like, as long as you're having fun and you're exploring yourself and you're being safe and you feel safe in the moment and respected, yeah, I think it's great, and it should be fun. Like, that's the best part, is to have fun and go crazy. So yeah, another thing to, I don't know, maybe another eye-opener that you should consider, because a lot of you are fucking boring. Yeah. Okay, so it's something else that I've talked about a lot. So we'll talk about more when I was in college. It was hard exploring things. I mean, it wasn't hard exploring things, but to like, before you like start telling your family and coming out, like, you know, I was like open with my friends and whatnot, but even like other classmates, like, I was not open to. Like, I mean, I went to a performing arts school where like basically 90% of the guys were gay, and I just was not open. Like, I would be exploring things or whatnot, but I didn't want like people to know, really. I was just like really shy about it, and definitely was like not telling my family anything. And honestly, like, because I was so uncomfortable with my sexuality, it really inhibited me from being comfortable with myself, and performing was very difficult for me, especially because I was taking so many dance classes. This was such a new curriculum for me, and I was taking so many acting classes as well, and all of that is like character work. And even when you're dancing, like, you need to be doing character work as well for the piece. And it like really, like, I would like sometimes, like, I would like sob. Like, I was so uncomfortable in my skin that I would cry. Like, we'd like do exercises in class, and I would just cry. I just hated it. Like, I would not do it. I did not want to participate. It was really hard for me, which is really odd, because I hear that a lot of performers have the opposite effect. Like, they say that getting into character helps them, you know, free themselves. That did not happen to me at all. I was so shy and just was like a little awkward turtle or something. Like, I did not want to do anything like that. I just wanted it all to go away. Like, I hated being uncomfortable. That was the biggest thing. And I remember we, like, in the beginning of some classes, we would talk about like, oh, like, what is your goals? And I would always say like, I want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, I always said that because I knew that I was not performing and training to the best of my ability. And I knew it was holding me back, but I just wasn't ready yet. Like, I wasn't Colton yet. And that didn't come for a few more years later. But yeah, I wish I would have like knew that. If there's any like regret, which I can't regret, this isn't a regret because it's like life and, you know, I was going at my own pace, but I wish that I would have gotten comfortable with all of that a lot faster, because it would have made me shine so much more. And it's so funny because I actually ran into one of my college professors a couple months ago, and he was like complimenting me about stuff, and I was just like, God, I just wish I could go back. Like, I wish I could go back, because what I was doing was so physical that you can't fake it, you know? And I said, I just wish I could go back because I'm just a completely different person now. You know, I'm like Colton all grown up. Like, I would have a completely different mindset of it now. And he's like, Colton, we all knew that you were just like so struggling. It's okay. And yeah, like it you know, it was like nice because I didn't want anyone to think that I didn't care. It wasn't that I didn't care, and like I didn't want them to think that I was lazy. But yeah, no, I really like that. I kind of had that validation that like, no, they like understood what was happening. So that was nice. But something else that I'm trying to like make these like transitions really smooth, but they're not smooth at all. Okay. So another part I think about my sexuality that took a while to kind of come to terms with or explore was once I became comfortable with my sexuality and like years of trying things, like I said, like the first half, I was just experimenting and like seeing what the hell was up, what I liked, you know, everything of the book. And once I kind of got down to, I would say like the last few years of what I liked, it made me, being comfortable with my sexuality, it made me more comfortable with my masculinity. It's ultimately what happened. And I think growing up, I was consistently beaten down, told, you're such a girl, you're a girl, oh my God, you do dance, you do gymnastics, blah. And I never got to, and I was always around girls. I mean, people don't understand that I was, oh my God, there's another one, you guys. Okay, so wow, so good. Okay, all my babysitters were girls growing up. My entire family is women. The sports that I were drawn to were female dominated, and that was just me. And my friends were all girls. Also, I was friends with girls because there wasn't really guys being nice to me. So like, what was I supposed to do? There was sometimes, when I was younger, I would say like it was more fun. It was always like certain people. Like I had like fun guy friends. Yeah, that it was just like easy. Like, but like obviously there was like girls there and whatever. But it wasn't, I don't know, just like some of you like guys like just fucking ruined it. It's like so annoying. But no, I've never had an issue with friends or anything, with guy relationships. It just wasn't really, also like I only saw my dad like every other weekend growing up. I don't have like a close relationship with him. So there was no real men relationships in my life. So every time, you know, people would make fun of me and like call me a girl, it was just really annoying because I don't have any men. Like my grandpa, I wasn't close with either. Like he never really lived here. I mean, he did, and then like we weren't really close, like he wasn't around a lot, I guess I would say. So yeah, like my entire life was just women, like, which is great, which is why like I love women. I'm such like a supporter of women and everything, but that was just my reality. So kind of was like this, and no, it's just annoying when you like look back on things and you're like, why, like it doesn't make it, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so I never got, you know, a good like masculine figure in my life. So I think, you know, once I was like working out a lot, I like built up my body, and I was, you know, really exploring sexually a lot. It just made me a lot more comfortable, I would say, with my masculinity and what it means to be a guy. Because I'm very much a guy. And if you would like hang around me, you know that I'm like very male oriented, like brained, I guess. I mean, not always, but like I do a lot of like manly mannerisms, I would say. So yeah, anyways, I am for the girls though. Obviously the girls get some days, but I would say that kind of came later in life, which I was really happy about, and it's something that I didn't really expect. And yeah, it was just like a cool, I think like once it's like happening, or like once you like notice a difference in yourself, it's like cool to be like, oh yeah, like this is what happened, and just reflecting on, you know, the steps you took to get there, or like how you ended up there. Is cool. Hope I'm not losing you guys. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. I should have prefaced it first, but you'll see because of the timestamp on my thumbnail. Okay, so also going back to about growing up and whatnot, something that also, I want this to be open to like anyone watching, any kids, just maybe to take something, and maybe this will make you feel better if you're going through something, just to know like, hey, like it's not the end of the world. You just have to keep moving forward. And yeah, so I hope this is a good video for anybody who needs it. Okay, so going back to like growing up, it's funny because I now, like I said, I'm older now, and the people around me were, no one's, you know, kids anymore. So I'm around obviously adults all the time, but I've realized that I still get a lot of locker room talk, I'll call it, as in like from my friends. So they will call me like Barbie boy, Ken, like everything. They will like pretty boy, like whatever. But it's, or they'll like hit on me and it's like funny. Oh my God, I didn't even talk about the freaking bartender boy. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I'll clip it in somewhere. But it's so different because when I was growing up, all these things like you're such a girl, or like literally just like everything that I was like was told to me, like every single, I don't think people understand, I was literally bullied every single day of my life from the time I was in 3rd or 4th grade until the day I moved away. Like it was nonstop, which is a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to talk. Yeah. Anyway, it's just a lot to go through. But it's funny because like now that I know, like, okay, like I was picked on because I was cute. The guys were probably jealous of me that they didn't look like me. I was funny. I have a good personality. I was also talented at what I was doing. And yeah, tall, gorgeous. Yeah, what else do you want? And now that like now that I'm older, it's funny because the guys will be like, oh my God, you're so, like, straight guys. Like, these are not like gay guys like hitting on me. These are literally like straight guys from multiple friend groups that I have will like jokingly hit on me. Like, they know, like, oh my God, Colton, you're so hot. Like, Barbie Ken, you know, like, be like, oh my God, you look like Tom Brady. Like, did you grow up playing football? I'm like, fuck, if you could literally imagine, if you knew how I fucking grew up. No, I didn't play football. Like, that would have been the death of me. Like, they would have fucking annihilated me. But yeah, I fucking should have, because I know in my bones that I would be really good at football. Like, I know that I would be stellar. Like, yeah. I have Tom Brady build. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, I would be amazing. Also, I have an amazing throw. Like, they've told me, my friends have told me. So, yeah. So it's funny having locker room talk as a guy, or like an adult now. It's just really, it's kind of pathetic when you think about it. I'm just like, really? Like, why did we have to make me feel so bad for so long? And now all of a sudden, like, it's all coming around. It's the same thing, but it's like meant well. It's like funny, and they're like, they love me, and it's nice and endearing. But growing up, it was like the worst things, and they made it into such a bad thing about me. So yeah. And yeah, do I just want to talk about the bartender guy? Oh my God. Okay, let me tell you the story. So, there was this bartender we went to. There's a bar by my house that's like really popular, and I never go to it. And one day I met my friends there, and this guy was working. First of all the bartenders are like super hot, but there was one guy in particular who kept making eye contact with me. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, why is he looking at me? Like, this is weird. I was giving him every excuse in the book as to why he was looking at me, other than that he would be into me. I'd be like, maybe he knows me from somewhere, he's mistaking me. Like, there's a million reasons why he's looking at me right now. I also had very hot girlfriends with me that he was not looking at. Like, me and him were making eye contact consistently throughout the entire night. And I was like, okay. So now that I'm in my like slutty summer and I'm trying to like have some fun, I was like, okay, I need to like go back and like shoot my shot with this guy. Cause this guy, like, I would not have thought like he was trying to like get on me. Like, I can't even describe how fucking hot this guy is, okay? So I go back like weeks later with another friend, like a new friend who has not been there, and right away just like comes up to us. He's like doing these little tricks trying to get our attention with the bar tools, and compliments me, asks for my name, and all, like, just doing the whole 9 yards, like comps our drinks. I'm like, this man is obsessed with me. Like, he's fucking obsessed with me. I'm obsessed with him. This is amazing. So, yeah. I went back the next night, saw him again. And then I was like, I can't, like, I need to like not, like, no, it was like funny and fine, and we didn't even really talk to him the second night. But I was like, okay, I can't look like a stalker or anything, because this is new to me. Like, I don't know how to like flirt. I don't know how to like play the game. Like I said, I just like go into, you know, hanky panky. So yeah, this is very new to me. So I will update you on all these men in my life and see what the hell is going on. But yeah, I was gonna go, well, I went last night. So, I also am an AMC A-list member now, so I'm going to the movies all the time. But I was like, okay, let me go see him at work for like one drink, because I'm like, okay, I can go, because they have happy hour. So I'm like, okay, let me go for happy hour. I'll have one drink, and then I have to go because I have to go see my movie. So that I literally cannot stay. Like, I can have one drink and then I can go. Because it's also gonna be my new like local bar that I go to, so I don't want to like be acting like a fool or anything. And I went. He wasn't there. He wasn't working, so that sucked. But I'm gonna go again tomorrow and see if he's there. Don't know when to shoot the shot. I'm like, how do I like do the whole number situation? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I need a haircut really bad. Alrighty. Okay, I hope that was fun. If you watched it all, I'm so sorry it was so long. I'm probably gonna have to cut it up a lot because I mumbled or whatever. But it was great therapy session, guys. And I will see you next week.